Hey loves, so just so you know, I do have a really dry skin, so we're starting off from here. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but my skin is rough and flaky and also dry. It's cracking and it does not look good at all. So this is what it's looking like. I'm just gonna come a bit closer so you guys can see the real texture of my skin. Now it does need a lot of love, a lot of hydration, and a lot of process to get it to looking somewhat like this, right? So let's begin. The first thing we're going to be doing is dermaplaning, guys. I love doing this on my skin, and I'm going to be using this eyebrow razor. We're also going to be using a face oil. Any oil does the trick, but for this video I'm going to be using jojoba oil. What I want to do is to ensure that my face is always hydrated throughout all the entire process we're going to be doing. I'm going to be using a couple of drops all over my face, saturating this on my face so that way it's easy for the blade to glide onto my skin, and also helps in softening up my skin because again it is dry, so it's going to soften up those flaky skin so that way it can be exfoliated using the blade or using the eyebrow razor, right? So I'm just applying this oil all over my face in the areas that I want to dermaplane or shave in the plain layman's term, and I'm going in with my eyebrow razor. I'm using a 45-degree angle and I'm being very light-handed. I never apply a lot of pressure because again the skin on your face is extra sensitive. There's a lot of opinions about dermaplaning and shaving off your face, but do what works for you and what works for your skin type, right? This works for me and for my skin. It helps in removing off this hair that you're seeing right now. We don't need all that facial hair, especially if you want to be doing a lot of skincare. You want your skin to be able to easily absorb all of that goodness, right? And also this helps in like shaving up and getting rid of exfoliating dead skin cells, which you guys had seen, like the ashiness and all of that. And I do also have like a mustache a little bit of like a shadow, so that also helps in getting rid of that. So I like to do this on my forehead, in between my brows, my unibrow. I don't have a unibrow, but I like to just get all that excess hair out of the way, so that way when we apply the product, the skin products, the makeup, whatever you apply on your face, it absorbs, right? But it also looks good, right? So I want to see the true nature of my skin, and this process helps in that. So yeah, if you're someone who has a lot of facial hair, you might want to do this by yourself, or you might want to get an expert to do this for you, but thank me later because the difference is clear. So moving on to hydrating my skin, I'm going to be using the Glow Hydrating Mask. This one is from Bolden, and recently I've been using all their products on my face, guys. When I tell you, this is, I don't know what to say, like it just works for my skin, right? I use all their products. I use the moisturizer, I use the dark spot fix, I use the brightening toner, and I use the mask as well. I mean, I would literally do another video on that, but I'm just saturating my skin with the product so that way we can hydrate and get started with this entire process. So I'm leaving this in for about 10 minutes and then I'm going to wash it off. So next up, I'm going in with this Bolden Skin Brightening Toner. And this is going to help with like dark spots, with oil control, with brightening the skin, and just adding a layer of hydration as well. I love using a cotton pad. People put this on their face with their hands. I don't know how to do that. I feel like this works for me. So I'm using this to kind of cleanse but also rub the product into my skin, and I'm just putting it in all the areas. I'm trying as much as possible not to tug or pull, but saturate the product on my face. Moving on, I'm using this facial serum. This one has hyaluronic acid as well as vitamin C. Hyaluronic acid is amazing for people with dry skin, and vitamin C is also amazing when it comes to like protecting the skin, brightening the skin. So yeah, I'm putting that all over my face. I'm moving on with this essence. This one again is a MUCIN SNAIL essence, power essence. And guys, I love this. I usually use this as my primer whenever I'm using like makeup and stuff. I saturate this all over my face. I want my face to be glowing in this product because it adds all the hydration your skin needs, and it's just awesome. So like I said, I'm using the BOLDEN dark spot fix. This one, I'm just focusing on the areas. I'm using just one pump, guys. I'm trying to focus on the areas where I have dark spots or discoloration, and I'm just like dabbing this on the areas, and this just works and it helps. Basically, if you're someone who suffers from hyperpigmentation, this was gonna help you. So yeah, I want my face to have like one seamless shade. So I'm moving in with the hydrating moisturizer from BOLDEN as well. This one also has SPF of 30. I'm just mixing that into my skin. And when it comes to skincare, you want to layer the product. You want to make sure that you give each product the time to absorb into the skin. And you want to start off with products that have the lightest consistency and work your way up to the product that have the thickest consistency. So if you had seen, first of all, we use a toner, which is pretty much like water. We use vitamin C, which is also like a very, very thin consistency. We then use the essence, which is not really thin, but it's in between thin and like a serum. And then we went in with like a serum. We then went in with the spot fix. We went in with the moisturizer, and yeah, and we're just going to thicken up the entire process. So this is what I'm going to be using right now. I'm going to be using this Awake Under Eye Patch by BOLDEN, and I'm just applying this underneath like my eye bags. I want to look awake. I want to show a lot of love on that area because again, I am a new mom and I tend to wake up a couple of times in between like my sleep to take care of my baby. So I'm not just trying to take care of myself, I'm indirectly trying to also take care of my babies, right? So yeah, I'm making sure that wherever I am falling short of, I'm trying to replace that using this beautiful product, right? So I'm taking this off. Again, this has like a cooling, hydrating effect and sensation, and I love this, guys. I love this Vaseline lip therapy. It's affordable, but it's so good. And yeah, this is what we are looking like. So next up, we are going to be laminating our brows, and I'm going to be using the Lash Lift, guys. This is a 360 facial care video, and I want to make sure that my skin looks good, but also my brows and lashes are looking good as well. And I've done this before on my channel. This is going to be the second time I'm doing this on my channel as well. But yeah, I love doing this because it makes my, everyday look amazing, right? So if you're someone who doesn't want to apply a lot of makeup every single day, you go out maybe every single day, you just want to look put together, spend a day and take care of your skin, take care of yourself. If you have to do your nails, your hair, your eyelashes, whatever it is, so that way every single day it limits the amount of time you spend doing your hair, doing your makeup, doing your eyelashes or your eyebrows, right? You're good to go right once you wake up. And that's what I like about this. So I'm applying this glue. This is the first step you do. You apply the glue on. This is actually a lamination kit for the lashes, right? But I also use it for my brows. I'm just applying the glue on my brows just to make sure that it sits in the right position that I want it to sit, which is typically like upwards, right? I want each strand of my brows to be straight, right? So that way when I apply the PERMING product, it is straight and it stays straight, if that makes sense. So I'm pulling my brows and I'm pushing it in the direction that I want it to fall and to be permed in, right? So that's what we're doing right now, and we're taking our time while doing this. This is the first thing you apply. You apply the perm on the lash, on the brows. Sorry, I'm doing my brows this time around. And you make sure you saturate each strand of hair, right? And then do it on the other side. Take your time while doing this, but also be very time conscious while doing this. This whole process shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes. So I'm going in with more product because I want each strand of hair to be saturated with it, so that way the product does its job, basically. So this is what we're looking like. I'm going to use a film, a cling film, and I'm going to press on to that to secure it so that way it can process perfectly. I'm going to leave this on for 10 minutes and be back, right? So after 10 minutes, you want to use the Y comb, which is what you guys will see me use in a minute, to take off all the excess product from the brows. And you want to be very gentle with this. Just want to scoop out and brush out all the excess product that you used in priming it, right? So gently take off all the products, just scrape it out so that way we can move on to the next product, right? So yeah, take your time while doing this because again you want to make sure that you've gotten everything out. So moving on to the next one. Now this is the fixation, right? This is the number 2. We're going to be applying this on to the brows, saturating it like we did the first time, and we're working the product into the brows to make sure that, you know, it is properly saturated so that way it can perform its job. Doing it the same thing on the other brow, just basically the same process we did. Saturate it with the product, and once we're done saturating the brows, we're going to go ahead to use another cling film and press that on to the brows so that way it can do its job. I'm going to leave this on for another 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes, you want to gently just take off all of that product out of the skin. Now you want to use the cleanser that comes with a kit, or if you don't have this, make sure that you are cleansing this off. Just take off all the excess product, cleanse your brows so that way you can go ahead to use the oil that comes in the kit, right? Because your brows or your hairs have gone through intense process and chemical, you want to make sure that you use. So I'm going to be using the oil that comes with the kit, but this is what my brows are looking like, guys. See, it just falls, like wherever I comb it, it just falls and it lays and it stays, right? So yeah, if you're someone who is up and about, this could be something that might work for you. You don't even need to draw your brows. It looks good, and I don't even have thick brows. So if I had thick brows, I feel like it would just be amazing. It would look beautiful. So I'm using the oil that comes with it, right? Just applying the nutrition oil on my brows, and this is what it looks like. I'm trying to just saturate my brows with it so that way it nourishes my brows. It makes my brows feel good. This is the finished look and I'm loving it. So this is what we're looking like right now, and we're looking put together, we're looking clean, we're looking hydrated, and I'm loving it, right? I also want to head to do my eyelashes. I'm going to leave the link up in the card right here so you guys can check that out. I show you guys how you guys can get like this semi-permanent eyelash look, and yeah, I walk you guys through the entire step-by-step process. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. To see you in the next one. Till then, make sure you stay fabulous and you stay blessed. Bye guys.